Mm-hmm. And why did you, well, the place that you're living right now, why did you move to that spot?
My boyfriend and I moved there because we could get an entire townhouse to rent for the same price as we were renting a one-bedroom in other places in DC. That wouldn't be a big deal if my boyfriend wasn't such a hoarder, but it's a big problem because he has a lot of musical equipment and computer equipment, and we like having a place to put it all. I mean, we love the outdoor space too. We love being able to have, plants out front and a patio in the back, and so all of those things were really enticing to us, and we definitely wanted to live there because of that.
Okay. All right. So before you moved in that spot, you were living on Capitol Hill. You were in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Have you heard of the Car Barn?
I have heard of the Car Barn.
Yeah, they're condos. They're on East Capitol in between 14th and 15th. And it's a gated community with a pool and and underground parking, and we had all of those lovely amenities, and the car still got broken into a couple times, and we were like, we'd rather have an extra bedroom than use of this pool 3 months out of the year, and we just realized that in terms of priorities, it wasn't the best use of our dollar and for what we wanted, so we were only there for a year because we found this to be a better option.
You found that to be a better option. Okay. And all right. So what do you think of the neighborhood? What did you think about the neighborhood when you first moved in?
It was for rent the year before, and so before I moved to Car Barn on East Capitol, we looked at the place next door to where we're living now, and it was great. There was nothing wrong with it, but Potomac Gardens being across the street scared me enough to say, you know what, I don't want to do this. And so I totally chickened out, and I will put it all on me because he was totally for it. And I just said, I'm going to be walking around alone a lot because that's what I do, and I just don't want to feel nervous about it. And so that was my biggest, the only reason why I didn't want to live in that house. Since finding, I've since found myself biking a lot more in the city, and I think that's opened up the hill in a lot of ways for me, like in terms of accessibility. And I feel a lot more confident in my ability to get around by myself because of that. I don't have a car and I don't drive, but I think that was part of what made me feel more confident and ready to live on that street. But also, I'm glad we waited. Our house is even better than that house. So yeah, and I think we were just, we were comfortable living with each other. We knew we wanted more space. We knew it would be worth it. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But for a while there, to answer your question, like at first, it gave me pause, for sure.
First, it gave you pause, and it gave you pause because of Potomac Gardens across the way. And so what did you know about Potomac Gardens?
I knew what Google searches told me about Potomac Gardens. When you type in Potomac Gardens into a Google search, usually like drug bust comes out right afterwards. That's one of the first things you see. And then, you're counting back the years, like, oh, the last time something really scary happened there was, 2008. How comfortable do we feel with the fact that it's now, 2014? But, some of the things that I found weren't that long ago, and there was that incident with the girl getting injured walking from Harris Teeter with her groceries, and that is just such a freak accident that could happen anywhere. Not accident, but cause of incident of violence. But I don't think that it's specific to this area, and I think no matter where you are in DC, you kind of want to be a little careful because you're not in, I don't know, Timbuktu or something. But